What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. Now, I told you guys I dropped the video last night that I had saw a video of Deontay Wilder before he fought Joseph Parker in the mall shopping. And you know what? It amazes me because I have two bombshells for you guys. And this is basically, listen, I tell you guys all the time, people who rock with me know, Aries don't make up lies. I don't tell stories. If it didn't happen, I don't see it. And if I tell you I got word about something, I'll tell you I don't know if this is true or not, but I will tell you what I know. I will never tell you something that I'm not sure of as if it's true. Now, what I was talking about was Deontay Wilder's confidence. I want you to hear what he said. I'm not going to play this whole video, but I just want you to hear everything he said before the fight. Then I want you to imagine the fight. Remember, picture the fight, and then just analyze, assess everything from there. And then when we go into this, but Wilder, he had ring rust. But Wilder was inactivity. Well, he shouldn't have been in the ring with Joseph Parker because Joseph Parker was active and he wasn't. I already played you a video of him saying ring rust wasn't going to come into play. Ring rust had nothing to do with nothing. It's how you prepare yourself and the strong mind I have and all. He talked about strong mind in this video. Okay, and I'm not going, I was on the beginning. I want to play it from here. This video was around 8 minutes and 45 seconds long. Right now it's at the 3:32 mark. Now I just want you to hear his confidence. I want you to hear, because when you go back and listen, you think, damn, this man was talking massive shit. Then all of a sudden when he lose, he goes into this like state of depression. Just listen.
Tens of thousands of dollars. You can't beat it, bro. You got to take advantage of it, and right now I'm taking advantage of it. That's how confident and strong-minded I am that I'm going to beat Joseph Parker ass on December 23rd. The Day of the Reckoning is a great title for it because that's what's going to happen. And everybody's going to see, and I'm looking forward to it. I woke up today very fresh, rejuvenated. The first couple of days I was here, body was wore down, tired, but that didn't keep me away from going to the gym. I still went to the gym, trained my ass out, but did 23 rounds. Well, I haven't done less than 23 rounds since I've been training, and that's non-stop. That's non-stop.
No break.
No water, nothing. Straight through. I don't know no other person that's doing that, and that's some real talk. The second day was 28. The third day was 35. And it continued on. Then we did sparring. The sparring was crazy. I started dropping people in sparring. I started doing all kinds of stuff. I left for Vegas, started training. I came back and sparred. They said, what happened? This is a different man. So I can't wait, man. It's going to be crazy. This is how confident I am. Sitting around happy and shopping.
They say Joseph Parker has a granite chin, but your bazookas in your hands would have a...
Nah, I wouldn't say that because his last fight, before he got knocked out by the Juggernaut.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it can't be that granted.
That's true.
And he ain't never been hit by the most powerful man in the boxing history. Punching.
Good point.
They getting hit like me, like I'm gonna hit you.
Okay. Now I want y'all to think about this. Okay. They're in the mall shopping. He was asked, would this be your normal routine? He says, no, it's because of the holidays. So I'm out here shopping, getting prepared for Christmas. So when I go back, I'm gonna be right, have my gifts for everybody. So that's and that's what you guys didn't hear. But bottom line, so he's in the mall shopping. And so he basically says, this is why I'm showing you, like, this is how confident I am. Okay? That he's gonna beat Joseph Parker's ass. You heard everything he said. Now, again, take his words and his confidence, right? Think about the fight itself, and then that piss poor interview he did with 7-8 Sports. All the excuses. And I'm going to drop another one on you guys. Now, just remember, And him saying all of what he just said, the sparring, he's dropping people in sparring. Let me tell you guys something about ring rust, okay? People say things like, oh, just because you spar don't mean ring rust won't show up. No. It's the exact opposite. Okay? If he was just hitting speed bag, jumping rope, I'm hitting the heavy bag and just going through drills, but not actually sparring. This is how you look. This is how you get the ring rust out while you're getting the rounds in. You're letting your hands go. You're getting hit. You're throwing shots. Okay, that's how you get the ring rust out. And sparring is if you're going to get knocked down, if you're going to make mistakes, if you're going to not look sharp, that's where you want it to show so you can correct that. You guys, the motivation is the everything. It's the exact opposite. Sparring is what you need to do to stay sharp and stay focused. You're not in this sparring like you're trying to win a fight. You're in this sparring to sharpen up and stay sharp, to get sharp and stay sharp. That's the purpose of sparring. The sparring is not, I just want to hurt this guy, he want to hurt me. No. And then you have focus sparring. I don't know what the hell they may call it and label it in their gyms, but focus sparring is basically, I'm fighting a guy who, whether he's emulating the opponent that I'm going to fight, or basically just the point of I'm focusing on what I need to do, what to look for with this next opponent, all this kind of stuff. You heard what this man said. And you heard what he said in the other video. That I played where he's talking about clearly that ring rust won't play a part in anything. He's fine. And he said how Parker got knocked out by Joe Joyce and how he don't think that he's at a granted chin. Granted. But anyway, he says all of these things. And you got to remember, he said, I don't understand how Joseph Parker, okay, and another video, which I played for you guys. But bottom line, you guys heard it at the press conference. I don't understand how you're going to have confidence as a challenger when you didn't have confidence as a champion. You heard the videos where he said he always thought Anthony Joshua had a weak mind even before Anthony Joshua lost and whatever, because AJ was never a shit talker. So why him, people like Fury and all these other ones is blah, blah, blah. That's what they find to be impressive. It's funny though. AJ fell from grace, didn't hit rock bottom. He just kind of levitated in the air. And little by little started to come back up. And now he's back to where he is right now. He hit rock bottom. You don't hear none of this in the 7-8 Sports video. All you hear is him taking long pauses, sounding like he was laying in the bed while he was on the phone with him, laying there just miserable, and then talking about nothing, a bunch of nothing. Like they're just having a conversation. This was like, yo, let's just talk to Deontay, try to make him feel better about his loss, because we basically gained nothing out of this as far as where he is mentally right now, what he's feeling, and what he has planned on doing, right? So it's obvious he's not going to be on this next card for March 8th. Not by no way, shape, or form. Okay? But I'm going to play something for you guys. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean about the lies that people tell. All right? Pause.
And they are all the only company. For that, we are coming with new strategy and new idea, new vision, with sporting of the vision of 2030 in our country, to do and deliver to the market the best fight with good price and make the fight that people want to see it.
Yes.
We don't want to waste time. Tyson Fury is 35 now, around 35.
Yeah.
Joshua around 33, I think. Usyk around 36. Wilder 38, 37. Artur now 39 next week. Why we are losing the time? The people need to see Joshua Fury, Fury Joshua. Need to see Joshua Wilder. I hope Wilder come back. And there is rumor, and you know it. The fight, it was between Joshua and Wilder.
Yeah.
But you see the result and the body condition of Wilder now, it will not be reasonable to have the fight now. We want him to come back. And I see Parker, what he's doing, amazing show, and he's one of the best boxer come back now, and is here.
Okay. Now, you just heard, what is his name? Turki Alalshikh. You just heard what he said. You just heard what he said. I agree with all of that. What have I been saying for the past couple of years? These guys are all getting older. Fighters in every different weight class that we keep talking about. This guy, oh, he's young, he got his time, and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, yeah, remember we was talking about Teofimo? And when he was 22, now he's 26? Remember we was, like, everybody you're talking about, and all of a sudden, damn, Tank Davis is already 29, right? Just what he just pointed out. All of these guys, you know, from 33 all the way up to 30 to 39. He didn't mention Zhang, you know, but Zhang is 40. But bottom line is what I'm saying. What do you say? Why are we waiting? What's the what have I been saying for the longest? So this is where, when I'm saying, I made a video about this, so you guys know I'm on top of my shit. I said, plain and simple, what the Saudis are doing, all other platforms that should do the same thing. And these fighters need to humble themselves and stop with all this superstar, movie star shit where everybody think they deserve fucking $55 million a fight and all this kind of shit. Like, bro, stop it. Stop it. And, you know, back in the days when these guys were fighting super often, the difference was, yeah, that's how they built these records up. So from an individual standpoint, the fighters were far more active. But in terms of putting great cards together, it was pretty similar, with the exception of you being a particular era of time where the fighters just fought harder, you know, or was more recognizable, because back in the day, before this red carpet bullshit started with boxing, people came in to watch the fights. They wasn't there worried about taking pictures on the red carpet and you know, being on magazines and all this kind of shit, to where they wasn't there to support the fight. Now it's just, they are there for the so-called entertainment, to sit there and take pictures with other stars. You've seen videos, different people going, wait, who's fighting tonight? Yeah, you have some of the most popular guys in boxing on the you know, main event, and you got people there don't even know who's fighting. They're just there because there's other celebrities there. Oh, we're gonna take pictures, we're gonna do this. This is gonna go on our Instagram, our Snapchat, and all other kinds of BS. And yeah, somebody's gonna interview us. I'm gonna plug my new book. Oh, the new movie we got coming out, we're gonna talk about, and all this kind of stuff. But all that nonsense. Okay. Now, with all of that being said, that's part of what we love, is that they're doing their job, their best to put the best fights together. Now, when I say there's no way that they should allow Deontay Wilder to cherry pick, this video is 20 hours old. I made this video about, when I said this, like yesterday or day before, something like that. That might have been the day before or whatever. But I said, if Deontay Wilder wants to have a cherry pick fight, 2 cherry pick fights, 3, 4 more, or whatever, go do it elsewhere. Then when you're ready to step back in with top challengers, then come back. Then according to his schedule, that would be like 4 or 5 years from now, because he only fights like once a year. So if he really wanted to stay busy and say, nah, fuck this, you know what? Everybody, look, Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker has showed you, you can fight 4 times in 1 year. You know, you can do, it's up to you. So it comes down to, what the fuck does Deontay Wilder want? That's what it comes down to. It's not about no fucking, they're being ducked. Now, think about it. It's these lies being told. Remember this? So, champ. There's a rumor going on that you and AJ both signed, you know, and the contract. You know what I'm saying, before the Joseph Parker fight. You want to talk about that? Man, it's a pause, because, you know what I'm saying, man. There's a lot going on, man, and they don't want to fight. They don't want to fight. Wait, so AJ and Eddie Hearn don't want to fight? Didn't I tell you guys? Okay, if you watch the press conferences, if you've been listening to Eddie Hearn talking Frank Warren, you understand this is not about, oh, listen, I want to fight him. I want to fight him. Okay, let's make it happen. Just, no. The Saudis have to want this fight. They have to want it. That's fine if you want it, but they have to want it. Not to mention, they're the ones putting up the money. So how, okay, for the second time, how in the fuck is Zhilei Zhang overpricing himself? I didn't even hear it. And let me tell you something. I watched the Zhilei Zhang interview. I didn't hear Zhilei Zhang say nothing, which is another lie that was told by the fanboy channels of Deontay. Zhilei Zhang did not say shit to this man or say nothing in that interview about no fucking money. And this motherfucker referenced that. Talk about when I heard Zhang say, don't overprice yourself. I said, yeah, see, that's politics right there. That's politics right there. This motherfucker's lying. Zhilei Zhang said, don't overthink it. Okay, just sign the contract. Meaning, look, you lost, right? You're a former champion. Just come back. Don't overthink it. You know, let's get back in there. Let's make this fight happen. That's you know, the realm of what he said, but he ain't said nothing about no, don't overprice yourself, or he said nothing. Money didn't even come up. Okay, this has nothing to do with, like I said, with Matchroom or PBC or none of that. This is solely on the Saudis. So how the fuck did Zhang overprice himself? How was he asking Wilder for any type of money? He wasn't asking Wilder for shit. So even to say, oh, well, the Saudis wasn't giving Wilder the money he wanted. This came out of 7-8's mouth. This came out of, and then his minion channels that sit and repeat this bullshit. Now, do you see why I keep my foot on these motherfuckers' necks? I bet you 7-8 ain't gonna play this fucking video right here. Now, is he? No, because it exposes Wilder. You don't think it was irresponsible for Wilder to sit there and, one, lie about AJ and her not wanting to fight? And then two, like I said, if you go on these guys' channels, you know damn well it's because Wilder listens and he realizes how they take his back and slave for him. You don't think it's irresponsible for him to let this go on? Did not say, hey, 7-8, listen, man, I know you got my back. I appreciate that. But we don't make it no excuses. We don't need it. Joseph Parker just won. That's all. I lost. AJ won his fight. That's all. So the fight's not happening. You think that Deontay Wilder left Saudi Arabia thinking the fight is supposed to happen, but hey, Wilder, AJ and Hearn don't want the fight. Well, we still want to make it. You think that that's how that went? You heard this man say there's a rumor. He just cleared that shit up. He cleared that shit up. What's the rumor? AJ is ducking Deontay Wilder. What's the other rumor? Zhilei Zhang is asking Wilder for too much money. Zhilei Zhang is not asking for jack shit. The Saudis are the ones telling you this is what we're offering you for this fight. That's how that shit work. I told you guys that from day fucking one. So that's why when you hear bullshit news, it's like, well, if this is true, that means the Saudis are lying. And they're allowing certain fighters to dictate who they want. So when I use the example of Derek Chisora saying they came to him and said, we're offering you Jarrell Miller. And, you know, he didn't take the fight. So we want you to fight Jarrell Miller is the fight we're offering. And this is the money we're offering. And he didn't take it. So they said, well, you know, if you don't take it, then we'll offer it to Daniel Dubois. Bottom line, you either take it or leave it. You can try to say, hey, why don't you throw another $2 million on there? You can try it. Bottom line, though, is they are the ones coming up with the price. They're the ones putting the money up, and they're saying this is what it is. Take it or leave it. That's what they're doing. Now, for 7-8 Sports or any other channel to sit there talking bullshit about, oh man, they asking for too much money, they overpriced themselves on purpose and all this. Okay. So here goes Wilder, and you're talking about when you used to making a certain amount of money, you can't expect the man to want less. Bro, when you get your ass whooped, you have to be one of the most delusional people to ever walk the face of this earth to not understand that, bro, your stock goes down. If you made $25 million in one night, and especially after that type of ass whooping, you think that you still worth $25 million? And you sit there talking about you got to get your killer instinct back. You need some tune-up fights to get back to where you need to be because you're a happy fighter and people going to just throw you $25 million while you sitting there play cherry pick? Who the fuck you think want to come out and watch you fight a cherry pick other than your minions? And let me say this. Wilder has minions within the sport of boxing as well, in the form of commentators, in the form of other trainers and other fighters, because they make excuses up as to why he lost. And that's why I say boxing is one of the most full of shit sports, from the lack of camaraderie, from people failing drug tests, all of a sudden they popping back up in the ring fighting. They're innocent, but then they're still suspended. All kinds of, like, just boxing. Wilder himself said it. Boxing has no structure. So people try to just navigate through this shit, and figure out what they want to do and how they're going to do it. Well, when someone takes you from your comfort zone, you see what really starts happening. Damn, I'm not used to this. Usually I can call my own shots. Okay? So, this guy, Turkey, just debunked the whole bullshit. We already knew what time it was. Where do you think we get this? The agreement was they both had to win. We've been heard that. But what did he just say? Right? The target was Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. But you see what happened, and the body language, the physical shape of Wilder afterwards, it would be no sense to make the fight right now. But they want to bring him back. So who's the ones that said the fight's dead? Turkey. So when Eddie Hearn repeated that, oh, but Eddie Hearn didn't expound on that. He didn't say, what is it to fucking say? What do you think that Eddie Hearn and everybody does when they get in front of a camera? I know there's going to be people questioning me, so I have to take 5 hours to detail every single thing that went down. They're still not going to believe me anyway, but hey, fuck it. I owe it to myself to not stress myself out and worry about everybody. You think Eddie Hearn gives a fuck about people sitting up here making up things and saying what they think should happen? What I'll always tell you guys, with me, it's not about what I want to believe. It's about what we can prove. It's about what the truth is. So when I said, I'm going by what Eddie Hearn said, you motherfuckers are going by a fucking couple of hating ass channels talking about, but you notice Eddie Hearn said the fight's dead. Who says the fight's dead? What do you mean who says the fight's dead? Dumbass. They're both supposed to win in order to get over those hurdles to earn that $100 million for 2 fights. What do you mean, who says? What do you think? Do you fucking think that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua is sitting back celebrating that, oh man, $100 million down the drain because Wilder lost, we don't have to fight him? That's the fuck we're into, fighting and making money, right? Well, it hurts and pains them. Why? Simply because, like I said, when Wilder was talking about fighting Ngannou, that's massive. Yeah, that'll be a great fight. But Fury stole that fight. Fury went there and didn't get the job done the way he was supposed to. So now it's all up to Anthony Joshua. And it's killing Wilder and his people because why? They know deep down inside they feel like Wilder, that AJ gonna beat the shit out of Ngannou. He's gonna win. Bottom line, he's gonna win. And that's another fight that didn't happen for Wilder. Every time this man says somebody ducked him, the funny thing is, we watch him on camera, duck fights. We can say turn it down and try to make it not sound like what it really is. No, we watch him sit there and duck fights. But then he's always claiming he don't have the opportunity that everybody else gets. So, you heard what the man just said. So no, it wasn't AJ and Hearn turning down the fight with Deontay Wilder. Why the hell would they turn the fight down? And this man, it reminds me, it's not just the fanboy channels. Like I said, it's things that Wilder say. Wilder sat there on 78 Sports and said he got word. Somebody came back and told him that they overheard. They overheard Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn planning that if Deontay Wilder would have won it, they were going to retire, like that AJ was going to retire. And I'm like, I don't know what type of drugs y'all are on, but if you even think there's any truth to that, you know how stupid you sound. This man is 33 years old. 33 years old. At some point, everybody has their expiration date. When it comes, we don't know. So whether you walk out on top or whether you walk out because somebody basically give you that fight that says, hey, I think it's time to retire. However it goes, you guys, so wait, and of all places, right? Just think about it. It's like a movie. Here's a guy standing on the side of a wall with a cup to the damn wall, and Eddie Hearn and AJ, for some reason, is in a room full of people going, hey, listen, just so you know, if Wilder would have won, I was going to retire. And even when you hear Anthony Joshua sit there and say, I'll still fight Wilder. Years ago, he said, I'll fight Wilder if I lose. I'll still fight Wilder if he loses. I'll fight Wilder for the belts. I'll fight Wilder for no belts. Have we not heard AJ say that? Then and now. Here's the situation. It's called business. And this is, like I said, the Saudis are putting this money up. So what sense would that make? And the point is this. They're doing things differently. They're doing things in a respectable way. So would you respect that if they still made the fight anyway? Because now you're robbing Parker. Okay, wait, I won the fight. You want to reward him? No, if that's the case, then put Parker in that spot. Now you heard him say, you know, Joseph Parker looked good, right? Like what? Now Parker's one of the best fighters, heavyweights out there, and he come back and he looked good. So look at Parker with the Zhang fight. You don't hear him sitting there going, for that matter, the same way they sit here making excuses, talking about they shouldn't put Wilder there with Parker because Parker's been active. Parker, what if Parker had this stink of bitch on his breath? And he sat there and said, man, come on, man. Why y'all gonna give me, two tough back-to-back fights? Well, Wilder was on paper supposed to be, but you know what I'm saying? Well, I think I should be able to cherry pick now. This is my fourth fight coming up. Third, that's his fourth. Third or his fourth. But bottom line is, he's willing to take these challenges. Now, factor in all that shit that you heard Wilder saying. You didn't hear him say anything about him not being ready. You didn't hear anything about no stupid cryo chamber talk. And let's not be stupid. Like he said, he felt exhausted or whatever, felt tired or whatever at first. That's what you call jet lag. Long flight, all of this shit going through customs and baggage, all of that type of stuff. That's all that was. That's all. You heard what he said. And you know what? It's good that he didn't try to resort back to that and no. The cryo chamber thing didn't help either. All that man had to simply do was bow out gracefully, man. Listen, man, salute to Joseph Parker. He did what he was supposed to do. You know what's funny? All of the Wilder fans, the majority of AJ haters is either Tyson Fury or Wilder fanboys. And y'all constantly bring up AJ losing to Andy Ruiz every chance y'all get. But y'all never bring up the rematch. And now he easily won that rematch. Okay, cut Ruiz face up and all, and pretty much just cruise to an easy win. And he knew at that moment, I can fight different if I need to. But we seen him juggle with fighting with himself in the ring. We seen that. Y'all always do that. But you know what y'all never say? AJ made no excuses about nothing. He just took his loss, went on about his business. Y'all never say that. Y'all never talk about the fact he don't talk shit. And like he said in that interview, I could really tear into Wilder, all the things that he said, but I'm going to take the high road. And he did nothing but basically give the man, words of encouragement. When he could have sat there and, you dumb bitch, you lost and I won. All this shit you talking. Well, you fumbled the bag, motherfucker. You lost to my leftover. He could have really sat there and went the fuck off on him. Yeah, he could have just went full Jarrell Miller on that motherfucker, right? But he didn't do that. But y'all continue to talk shit and make up lies. But just like me sitting here playing this video, I dare any one of you fucking haters out there. Don't go say, well, Aries, if you... No. Go on your channel, create your own boxing shit, and start pulling up fucking facts. Now, a bit of advice to the stupid people. If you're going to create a channel just to try to target one particular fighter and try to make a successful channel out of it, you'll have a lot of minions jump on your side, right? But the reality is you'll be nothing more than a new channel whore that just have people around you supporting what you're talking about because you guys are salty. That the fighters you like do nothing. And in all actuality, channels like 7-8 Sports, and there's a couple of it where you watch them and they be talking about all types of weird shit on their channels. Everything, man. How to plan the perfect wedding, and today we're barbecuing on the weekend, to the point where it's like, you don't really have boxing knowledge, do you? You listen to them talk and you realize that they don't. They just basically, they come on here and they talk about fights. They talk about fighters. But their whole MO is to show favoritism to these fighters. So any fighter they like, they can do no wrong. If their favorite fighter was doing like 120 miles per hour on a 45 mile per hour street and ran and hit and killed somebody, I wouldn't be shocked if they would go, why she had to cross the street when he was coming? That ain't his fault. He didn't know she was gonna be crossing the street. She you know what? She should have waited, to cross the street later. It's not Champ's fault. That's what y'all would do. So I really don't care. Don't come telling me nothing about no, but I saw an interview. Y'all always see something that nobody else see. So you just heard this. No, this has nothing to do with Eddie Hearn or Anthony Joshua. This comes down to these people want to put the best fights on, and it would make no sense. Okay, it would make 0 sense to push Anthony Joshua versus AJ. Do you know how desperate that would look for one? Do you know how what sense would that make? And what would they be doing any different from any other promotion, any other greedy promoter? They already give you a great price for top-notch fights. You're not going to get that in the States. That'd be like sitting up here crossing your finger, hoping that gas drop back down to 75 cents a gallon. Like, no, you won't see that shit again. And if you do, something else is going to go, electricity or something. They'll find another way to milk the shit out of you to get something back. So it's just a trade. That's all. But nothing to really help you guys to, hey, man, this is cool. Yeah. For those people that drive in and out of state, long distances every day, spending like $600 a month on gas. You understand what I mean? So no, you won't get that. And what they're doing is respectable. And that's why in the video I made just recently, I said if they was to, not just a Wilder thing, anybody, if you're going to just give somebody a spot, just to have a spot on a card for them, I don't respect that. And I said that, I don't care who it is. Come on, man. Even if Wilder would have made it competitive, and let's say it could have went either way and Parker got the decision, he edged it out, he still lost. And if you're going to bring back the loser as well, okay, then bring him back against a respectable opponent. That's the whole point. Wilder don't want that. He and his minions. How the fuck you gonna sit and say to Aries, they need to, man, this, bring you back, that you get back with, you know what I'm saying? Bring you back. What do you think they're saying to me? Aries, man, you ain't look good in that fight. They shouldn't have put you in there with Parker. He didn't. And I don't disagree with him. I sit here and let him say that without See how easily he told the interviewers and all these separate videos that I've showed and the ones you've seen on your own, where how quick he was to jump into, oh no, ring rust don't matter, or oh no, it ain't nothing like that. No, it won't be no ring rust. I'm feeling best shape of my life, blah 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 blah, right? But yet he let 7-8 sit there and tell him what's best for him, what they would like to see for him. So how the fuck you gonna sit and tell Aries that they need to bring you back with lesser opponents You know what I'm saying? Just to get the ring rush out, then get back there, man, nobody be able to touch you. And I'm gonna sit there, oh yeah, man, not at all. Yeah, not at all. If I was if I was right, if I was ready. This the same man that went from saying he is doing way better with the Saudis, 3-fight deal, basically, and that he said a multi-fight deal. So we know it was 3 or more because it was 2 with AJ, and the first fight was Parker. So we know it was 3 or more. No less than 3, okay? So he said he is getting with the Saudis what he couldn't get with the PBC. Then all of a sudden, 7-8 got the nerve to go make this bullshit about the Saudis wasn't paying him what he wanted. Are you serious? Are you smoking ass crack or something? Like, are you serious? All of these excuses, all of these lies. You are horrible people. Like, seriously, what fucking world do we live in? You are horrible people. Like, seriously. How do you sit up and make all these lies up? And my thing is, they always make claims that they can't support. What piece of information did you have that said Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn did not want to fight Wilder, and they immediately signed a contract to fight Ngannou? First of all, nobody's sitting on their ass waiting for Wilder's dusty ass to get up and decide to do whatever he's going to do. No. That motherfucker never once said, look, the fight was supposed to happen. Okay, the reality is I lost the fight. You know, I fucked that up. The show must go on. Okay? That being said, this guy, Turkey, you know, he made that known. And listen, they made that known during the whole build-up to the fight. So it was nothing new. Frank Warren said it. All of them said it. Everybody, Eddie Hearn, everybody. So now, y'all can dismiss all that bullshit. Oh man, you know Eddie Hearn's people to fork tongue. Eddie, yeah, fuck Eddie Hearn. Bottom line, you heard what this guy Turkey just said. So basically, what it turns out, Eddie Hearn was telling the truth, now wasn't he? Don't make no excuses. So y'all have nothing solid to go on. You see, man, that motherfucker was smiling the whole time he came to the ring. He was so happy that you lost, champ. I was disgusted. What did Wilder say? That nigga was happy as hell when I lost. I seen that motherfucker walk to the ring, smile, cracking the fuck up. You mean Parker beat your ass so bad that you found humor? And the fact that somebody was smiling and they're not miserable like you? You claim you Mr. Happy. Okay, as long as everything's going your way. Feminine tendencies, man. As long as everything is going your way, you're okay. Something happens that you don't like, you fall apart. Man, you got your ass whooped. That's all. So it's the Saudis, like I told you, that don't want to fight. And where am I getting my information from? Everybody's speaking on that panel about the stipulations and what is and what isn't. I'm not sitting here trying to take word from people who don't know. And the same way I pull up these videos to debunk bullshit, you notice that these motherfuckers never do that? And what they'll do is, if they do anything, they'll play some bullshit clip of 10 seconds and start monologuing about a bunch of nothing. No. You basically are liars. You make up shit and you lie to stupid people. Because only a stupid person can't see the bullshit that you guys are spewing out. And they're still, to this very minute, making dumbass videos lying to people about AJ and Hearn ducking Wilder. Who in the fuck you think is scared to go make $100 million? They already signed the contract. Yes, that was even cleared up. Yes, they signed the contract to fight. Here's what this goes. Okay, this is how this goes. Okay, let's sign to make it happen. Everything moves quicker. But you both have to win. If either one of you lose, then the fight's off. There's no need for it to happen. Okay? Bottom line, Wilder himself sat back there getting his hands wrapped and said, yeah, if AJ loses, then there's no need for the fight to happen. And that question was being asked why. Because real simple, everybody expected Wilder to win. But these are the people that's not sure about AJ. They thought AJ might lose because Waleed can actually box. How many people said that? And all these people that you guys call experts were wrong. Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same guy that told you after AJ fought Usyk in the rematch. I said there's no need for a third fucking fight. Until AJ can improve and get back to what he used to do. What's the purpose of a third fight? I'm going to go in there and fight the same fucking way that I lost the first 2 times and just hope that something happens different? No, he has to be different. Same way I said before Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fought. Listen, Crawford's going to have to be Crawford. He's just going to have to do what he does. Spence is going to be the one to have to be different. Spence is going to have to switch it up and mix it up. He's not going to go in there his usual style of just coming forward. I don't think that's going to work because I feel like like he said, Spence is too, Crawford's too light in the ass and all that. And yeah, it all sounds good, but the dude he can box. And with Spence, the thing is, Spence has never showed discipline that he can box an entire match smartly, except for the Mikey Garcia fight. And even in that, he wasn't as effective as he really, in my opinion, should have been, based on the fact, the type of power he has. And I don't know, like, I watch him and it's like the dude can box, but his mindset is not box. It's, I want to bang with guys. You understand what I mean? So, to be disciplined and follow a game plan is vital. All you got to do is crack Errol Spence. And that boxing shit goes out the window and he want to jump right in and get his hit back and start banging. So, Bud like to get under people's skin. You understand what I mean? And so Bud is a better boxer, okay, than Spence. Spence needs to be that boxer puncher. Put his shots together, throw his combinations, and basically fight differently. But he's the one that said, I can box him, jab and move and all that, but that's boring to me, right? Okay. Self-explanatory. And which, by the way, Michael Benson has tweeted that this guy, Turki, he basically wants to get, in fact, he says it in this video, I believe. But he says that he wants to get Devin Haney and he wants to get Tank Davis on a card, bring them to Saudi. He want to make that fight. So we're going to find out what Tank Davis is made of. Because right now it's looking like he's really just complacent with where he is, like I said in the last video. And I guarantee you between the two, the Haneys are like, hey, shit, let's do it. So if they reach out to them, you're going to hear it. What fucking reason would Tank Davis have to allow somebody to tell him, oh man, we're not going to let you have that fight? Like people are claiming all this nonsense, bullshit. So we'll see what happens. And like I said about Wilder, Wilder has to want this fucking fight. And I told y'all, look at the date and time. Look, and talk about early March. We're not even talking about late March. He's not going to be on that card at all. And they're saying they want him to come back, right? Okay. Like I said, this is like going from high school to college, bro. You don't go back and forth, man. You here, you're here. Okay? What happens is if you get left back, they don't put you back in high school, but if you don't pass, you gotta keep going. You gotta pass. You gotta do makeup exams or whatever the fuck. You have to pass to go forward, just like in grade school to high school. But my point is, once you've been elevated and you graduated now, see, the problem with Wilder is that motherfucker skipped the entire. He skipped the entire elementary and intermediate and went straight to high school. That's his fucking problem. Yeah. That's his whole problem. So what he started to pick up and learn, it was able to do certain things and learn on the job against jobbers. That's what he did. And his mindset has been, hey, look at what I've been able to do so far with the level of competition that's low. But hey, I got the reputation as the hardest punch in heavyweight history, right? Baddest man on the planet. Kill me with this baddest man on the planet bullshit. But now, he built the comfort zone. Just like Tank Davis built the comfort zone. And his other fighters, same thing. What happens now when you step up? Difference is Tank can actually fight. He's not one-dimensional. He can actually fight, and he knows how to break guys down. But now you see the point, and you get there, and everybody expected you to win. Even with your lack of skill, you got the great equalizer, Dr. Sleep, the NyQuil in the right hand, and it failed you. So, yeah. Let's stop with the bullshit. You heard this guy Turkey say, plain and simple, it would make no sense to make this fight at this point. So we want to bring him back. So while his arms are not tied behind his back, like I said, going out fighting lesser opponents is not going to build your confidence up that you can go back and fight elite guys. It's not a lesser opponent you lost to. It's an elite guy. One of the top guys that you lost to. That's who you lost to. And part of his confidence, probably most of his confidence, was him thinking that, everybody sitting there talking about how Fury took a lot out of Wilder. Yeah, well, a lot of people feel like Joe Joyce took a lot out of Joseph Parker. So either way, it doesn't take but one fight to change a man. And that's just speculation. We don't know that for sure. But Wilder questioned his confidence, and he also felt like the same way the fans are feeling like, shit, if Joe Joyce can knock him out, I know I can knock him out. Wilder doesn't understand boxing, so he would think that way. He's not Joe Joyce, two completely different styles. Just like, for example, that style Fury tried with Wilder. Who else has that worked on since Wilder? He hasn't fought one motherfucker the same way since the Wilder fight. He didn't fight Dillian White that way. He didn't even fight Derek Chisora that way. And I just watched clips. I have refused to just watch that whole fight. I just wanted to give you guys the news, not even about the fight, just about what's next. And that's all that was about. He ain't fighting nobody else like that. Okay? He couldn't fight Ngannou that way. Too big, too strong, and Wilder, little skinny ass, couldn't handle it. Different fight. Just saying. Now, you hear what this man has said. Same shit I've been telling you guys. Man, it's not hard to understand. And like I said, these guys are all getting older. I don't know what the fuck they're waiting for. Problem with most of them is they all have that cash out mentality. I'm going to hold out. Okay, so think about this. If a motherfucker said, between the two of you, we want to put a fight, not even these guys, just let's say Matchroom, let's say the PBC, and they're saying, okay, we want to fight this person, this guy want to fight your guy at PBC, and they make an offer, and let's say this person in his life, his last fight, he made, say, 10 million. PBC fighter said, nah, man, you asking for too much. What do you mean I'm asking for too much? I made 10 million in my last fight. And this motherfucker, let's say they make a counter offer and say 5 million. And he said, and they like, listen, that's 5 million less than what I made in my last fight. Why the fuck would I take that? I'm trying to make my money just like you. This greedy motherfucker is trying to, let's say he's trying to make 20 million. So out of 20 million, you want 20 and I'm going to take 5. And I made 10 my last fight. So instead of it, let's just say we settle 10 million for me, 15 million for you. Right? Nah, you asking for too much. That's greed. That's greed. And you're overpricing yourself to not have that fight. Why? Because if you really wanted that fight, people take the word legacy. Right? Take the word legacy. Ball it up. Throw it in the garbage. Set that bitch on flames. People do not care about no goddamn legacy. I told you guys this years ago. You're going to see, as time goes on, all of this shit is about nothing but the money. And you see it right now. And lies and bullshit is what rules boxing, just like so much other shit on this planet. So the fact is, this is a simple DAZN interview. This is not like it's some leaked footage. No, this is a sit-down DAZN interview. That's all. But you don't hear Wilder fans playing this. Why? No, because this exposes the truth. Because they would rather you believe a lie. If he loses because somebody cheated, or some excuse, he had ring rust or whatever, he was in the cryo chamber, whatever. Somebody pushed him out of a helicopter. He hit the ground too hard. He wasn't right in the fight, whatever, some bullshit excuse. And then, you know, he'd rather you believe that he was cheated. He was robbed some kind of way than for you to just believe the truth. He just wasn't the better man. That's all. And he lost. And the fact that this video has surfaced, like I said, this video surfaced 20 hours ago. And the fact that I saw it for the first time this morning. And the fact that these channels are sitting here talking about this man is ducking. They don't want the fight. Why not make the fight? Why would you? You don't reward the loser. And that's why I say, imagine that. Joseph Parker beat Wilder's ass, and he's not being put in the ring. He's not being put in the ring with Anthony Joshua next. How the hell is, so in other words, Parker, we're going to punish you for losing. You won against Wilder, but we're going to put him in a $50 million fight. We're going to put you in there with Zhang. And I'm willing to guarantee you, Joseph Parker is not going to make $20 million against Zhang. Zhang is not going to make $20 million. Whatever they make, it's not going to be 20 and 50 million, which is what I got out of the salaries for Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou. So that being said, that will be a complete disservice to boxing, and it will be a complete disservice to Joseph Parker. I won the fight, but they put this motherfucker in the fight with AJ instead of me. I mean, think about it. So even if that was initially the plan, well, we know what the initial plan was. They was looking, the target was AJ versus Wilder. But you mean to tell me, so what if Waleed would have beaten AJ? Then what? Now who do you make in the main event? So are you going to make it Waleed versus Joseph Parker, whether it's the main event or co-main event or what? Think about it. So always have to have a plan B. You can't say that's a bad fight if they both would have won. So the same way, you don't reward the loser. Come on, man. Joseph Parker won that fight, and he's taking a fight that Wilder turned down. Plain and simple. Malik Scott himself said, I'm more focused on, Wilder's mental health, his mental state more than anything. Okay. He's not taking this shit well. Whose fucking problem is that? Boxing is supposed to stay on hold until Wilder figure his shit out. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses for him. All that happened was he went in there. Joseph Parker's better than him. He slept on Joseph Parker. He thought it was going to be a walk in the park, just like, Tyson Fury thought fighting Ngannou was going to be a walk in the park. They got a rude awakening. Okay, they both look like shit. And look at what's happening. Now, all of a sudden, Mr. Usyk has to fight me. There's no way for him to run. Then this motherfucker has the fight not postponed, but pushed back. He's the one wasn't ready. Just lie and say shit. Right, so two guys, even though Fury got his hand raised, but again, you go from looking like an asshole to undisputed. So how in the fuck is that right? How? Think about it. Fury won, got the decision, but I'm just saying. So how is that right that a man that actually clearly got his ass whooped, lost every fucking round, looked horrible, lose but get elevated to a fucking $100 million payday for 2 fights? Make that make sense. And if your lame ass answer is, because man, the world want to see AJ versus Wilder, you know what I'm saying? They don't care about AJ versus Parker too. Well, that's what you say, right? But here's the deal. After that performance, nah. Only delusional people still want that shit. That's like seeing a nice piece of turkey and you watching it getting cooked. It's smelling good and you can't wait for that turkey to get done. And then that fucking person making that turkey, all of a sudden when they bring it to you, that shit like charcoal. Do you still want it? Now, you wanted it before they fucked it up, right? You don't want that shit now. You didn't make it right. You overcooked it. Simple. Simple. The fight went out the window because Deontay Wilder lost the fight. And even if it would have been a competitive fight, the whole point is he lost. And you're rewarding a man for losing. So yes, we all know the agreement was both of them had to win. And it's killing these Wilder fans. It's killing Wilder that he lost. And all of those people that had to eat crow saying, well, honestly, I thought if the Wilder AJ fight didn't happen, it would have been because of AJ. Right. That's what you thought. Then you found out you was wrong. Now, this is not hard to do. But why are these people not posting this type of stuff on their channels? Nah, they'll try to go a whole different direction and try to deflect. Why? Because like I said, it exposes the truth. So now, for all the dummies that's going to continue to be dumb anyway, even after this video, no, there was no Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua planning retirement if Wilder would have won. And the fact that even came out of his mouth is you're really that childish, huh? That big of a liar on top of that. No. And that whole nonsense about, oh, Eddie Hearn and AJ don't want to fight. And to be honest with you, if AJ would have chosen Wilder, you got your ass whooped. You look like shit. What the fuck? Wait. What do I gain out of beating you? Trust me on this. If that fight would have still been made anyway, March 8th means Anthony Joshua beats the shit out of and destroy Deontay Wilder. And all you're going to hear is, yo, you see how you see how Anthony Joshua came in the ring smiling and all that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew Champ didn't look like himself. And the only reason they took this fight is because they know Wilder didn't look the same. That's why they wanted this fight. Now, the words would have changed. That's why they wanted this fight. So they went from ducking to they wanted it because they knew Wilder wasn't the same. While they knew Champ needed some more fights in this belt to get his confidence back. Any fucking thing that happens, they're going to make an excuse for it. They're going to pull shit out their ass to make any type of stupid excuse other than telling the truth. Plain and simple. Nobody ducked no fucking Deontay Wilder. Wilder is the one that does the ducking. He's the one that avoids fights. And I got the right head. What applies to other fighters don't apply to me. Bottom line. He thinks he's the main event. He thinks he's the headliner. He thinks he's some big superstar. And he's not. They want him back. But they want him back to where the fans are going to basically get their money's worth. And at least listen, you don't know what's going to happen until that bell rings, right? But bottom line is, the way Wilder looked, and the fact that people was even saying, yo, this dude need to retire. Oh, he just had a bad night. Or everything other than Parker was just a better man. Do you really fucking think that it would be wise to put him back on that card? And especially if it's going to be against some jobber, right? Somebody that just shows up knowing damn well they don't box for a living. They don't train like that. They're not even good. But it's just to make him look spectacular. Do you really want to see that? Is that any different from what the fucking PBC has been doing him? And the fact that he's become complacent with sitting back, doing much of nothing? Think about it. Again, nobody brought his age up. Nobody brought up ring rust or nothing before Hellenius. He went in there and got the job done in the first round. And basically, Wilder's back. Wilder would destroy AJ. Wilder would put him in the grave. Wilder would do this. All of a sudden, he gets there with Joseph Parker. It's a completely different song. But we're going to sit here and keep changing the lyrics over and over. Why? Because we just cannot say Wilder just got his ass whooped. Wilder was never as good as people say he is. He's always been the same guy. He believes in his own hype, but at the same time, he really doesn't. Why? This is the same man. I got such a strong mind. Y'all heard him, right? Right. You have such a strong mind, but you fall apart like a little baby, just like a little woman on her wedding day, always expecting the worst to happen. And until everything comes into play, you can't get her to calm down. Just like a little woman. Everything has to be some conspiracy theory. Everything has to be a plot against him. Let's not forget, a secret society in boxing is planning to take down Deontay Wilder, y'all. AJ and Eddie Hearn duck, and you hear this guy Turkey sit right here clearly and say, there's no sense to put the fight on. Look at the way Wilder looked. Okay. So you heard it from the horse's mouth. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.